Hi guys, I have got my second doll unveiling. So in the previous video I talked about, I'll just go ahead and quickly go over it again. A few weeks ago, our local Once Upon a Child posted on Facebook that they had bought a lot of American Girl dolls, and they showed a picture of them, and looking at it, there was two dolls that I did not have in either my collection or my daughter's collection that we wanted. Our goal is to kind of get, sorry, looked like Sushi got her collar stuck in her mouth, but she didn't. We're trying to get all the name dolls. We're only missing a few now. I think for the Girl of the Year dolls, we're missing Nikki, Maya, and Kylie, as well as, well, I'm not going to get into the other ones. So my daughter's just missing those three for the actual Girl of the Year characters, and for the historical characters, the only doll we're missing now is Cecile. We were missing Ruthie, and now we have Ruthie in the collective collection between my son, my daughter, and I. So we're trying to get all the name dolls. I know that there's a bunch of people out there. If you don't remember, my best friend Heather, she actually is trying to get all the numbers. She already has all of the name dolls, multiples of some of them, or many of them. And now she's trying to collect all of the numbered dolls. I'm not going to get into that because we're in, the hundreds with them. I think they're up to 100, almost 130 true variants of Truly Me dolls, and then there's a couple Truly Me dolls that there's Truly Me, like I think it's 19 and then 19.1. So they use the same number on a doll, but they're different dolls. So she's trying to get all of those dolls, and we do have quite a few of the Truly Me dolls between my daughter and I. I think she only has 5. 1, 2, 3. She has 6 Truly Me dolls. I have more than 6 Truly Me dolls, but the Truly Me dolls are the ones usually that I have in the house. I don't have many name dolls. I have more Truly Me dolls now. Kind of funny that I didn't want to get any Truly Me dolls, and then all of a sudden that's the vast majority of my personal collection. So anyways, I looked at it. This was on a Sunday. I had asked how much the dolls were. They never replied, so I talked to my husband about it. We weren't able to go on Sunday, so we got up Monday morning and drove to the Once Upon a Child, and we got there not long after they opened, and luckily they had both of the dolls that I was interested in still. I think they had only sold one of the dolls from that collection. And anyways, my husband had told me $50 each was the max I could spend. $100 was the max I could spend. So I went in initially hoping to get the doll for my daughter. I wanted the one for me too, but if I had to pick one, I would have sacrificed the one I wanted for my daughters, even though the one I wanted was more rare. So they handed me the first one, and she had a tag around her neck that said, Ruthie, $30. And so then I'm like pointing to the other one, describe what she was wearing, because Ruthie had her complete meat on. So all I said was the doll in the purple dress. And then once they said it was $30, I'm like, oh, how much is the doll in the green dress? $30 as well. And I'm like, okay, I will take both. I looked around the store a little bit to see if they had any other AG stuff. They didn't have any American Girl brand stuff. They just had a couple like different sets of pajamas. They had multiples of them, like sets of pajamas that were like Chinese knockoffs. They're like ones you can get on Amazon or like AliExpress or Temu type sites. So those were like $2 each. So I needed two more pairs of pajamas for my dolls. So I grabbed 2 pairs of those, and then I got the $2, and then I was on my merry way. And I was super, 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 super excited. I got this doll for $30. I knew she was a steal at even $50. But like I said, I would have sacrificed what I wanted for my daughter to get hers. So I introduced to you Gwen, Chris's friend. And this is Gwen. I had purchased a number 12 in the meantime to sub in as Gwen because I had already currently had Gwen's complete meat. So I have her shoes right here. The elastic has broke off of them, so that's why they're not on her. And I don't want to lose them. But I do have her underpants, so these are, just holding on. You don't want to show them. So these are Gwen's underpants. They have the flower that are supposed to be on hers, and I do have Gwen's headband and then her dress. So I had her complete meat dress previously. I'm still on the hunt for Sonali. Sonali is my unicorn. A complete Sonali is going to be my unicorn. I loved Carissa's story from the first time that I watched the movie. I do have a Carissa. She is in her complete meat. I don't have her complete collection, but I have a bunch of her collection. There's not much I'm actually missing from it. There's big things I'm missing from it, but like clothes, I think I'm only missing her swim outfit. But I loved Carissa, her story. She takes place in Minnesota. And at the time, we were living in North Dakota, as well as when Carissa was out. That was the first time that I went to the American Girl store. Crystal had come down to spend a week with us, and my husband drove us to Minneapolis for the day. He had taken the day off, and he drove us to Minneapolis that day. And so we walked around the Mall of America, and we were able to go to the American Girl store. If I could have bought all three of these dolls that day, I would have, but I couldn't. All I was able to afford at the time was, we had just bought a house. So all I was able to get at that time was, the only two dolls I had at that point was Molly and Emily, which that Emily is now my daughter's. So Molly and Emily each got a pair of shoes, an AG Mall of America shirt, some jeans, I think they were capris, and then I bought Molly an outfit, and I bought Emily an outfit that were from their collection, and I don't remember which outfits I got. I can't think of which outfits I bought them each, but I know I bought them each an outfit from their own collection. I think I got Emily's pajamas. What did I buy Molly? I bought Molly something too. So that was all I was able to get. I kick myself for it. If I could go back in time, I would just buy Sonali then. I'd be like, no, I will get Sonali and then this other stuff. I would even forfeit Emily's pajamas and the few things that I did purchase. And then that's when Crystal bought her first AG doll. She bought her first doll that she bought was Julie. So we had went into the store. I had picked up a few things. We walked around, and we have Kit's Treehouse now. My husband fell in love with Kit's Treehouse, and at that point, he's like, if I have a daughter, she's going to have Kit's Treehouse. She does now. But we walked around the mall, and Crystal kept going back and forth about buying Julie, and we ultimately went back to the store and purchased Julie before we left the mall. But anyways, I fell in love with Gwen, Sonali, and Carissa, and I never thought I would be able to get a Gwen. So this is a true Gwen from her bangs. So her bangs are a shorter, they cut off further up here. The number 12s go back a little bit further into like what they call a pie shape, as well as, if I can get her dress up, she has the double tag with the 4-digit code on her body on the second tag. So number 12 does not have this double tag. She only has the long AG. She does not have this tag. So those are the two ways that you can tell between a 12 and Gwen. I never thought I'd own a Gwen, and I got the 12 is actually a pretty expensive doll. It's herself for a truly me numbered doll. She is kind of a more rare one, but I can grab her quick so you can kind of see. She's in one of the pairs of pajamas right now. But here is the two together. So there is differences, and this one is an early one. You can see the bangs where hers go back further. So I was just going to use this number 12 as a sub in for my Gwen, because I didn't figure I'd ever get Gwen because Gwen sells for so much. In this condition, like the condition, her hair, no haircuts, she's got, her hair is a little dry, but it is not horrible. And like she is not loose at all. Her eyes work. She is in immaculate condition. And not, I already had her meat, and I looked it up, like with her meat, her shoes, her complete meat. I actually have the books too for her and Sonali that they came with. And one of the books is actually brand new, still has the plastic on it. But for her, with her shoes, headband, undies, and the book, they're selling between $200 and $250, and I only paid $30 for her. Like I said, I already had the meat. The meat does sell for more now. I bought this meat years ago. I pieced it together because, like I said, Carissa has always been one of my favorites. I had Carissa myself, and I'm like, you know what? Even if I can't get Gwen, if I can get a good deal on her outfit, I will just put her outfit in with Carissa and call it a Carissa outfit. But now I actually have one of my unicorns, so I just need their other bestie, Sonali, as a unicorn. It is my last unicorn. The other unicorn that my son wants is Cecile. And Cecile is the only friend doll that we're missing from the historical line. And like I said, for the Girl of the Year, we're missing now just Sonali, Nikki, Kylie, and Maya. Those are it. And then we have all the name dolls. My daughter still continues to get the Girls of the Year, and honestly, for Christmases, she probably will continue to get the Girls of the Year dolls as they come out, just because she, even if she doesn't play with them, like they're in the doll room, she does come in here and just kind of look at them. She goes into, this is kind of why we have more of the Truly Me's in the dollhouse. The dollhouse is the dolls that get changed, or the ones that you can play with their hair. It's not a big deal. That's why I have Gia too. Gia is my traveling doll, or my traveling AG doll. So like if I go to the store, Gia's going to come with. Because if I'm taking a picture and Gia falls over and gets a scuffed up face, I'm not so mad. Now if I take Gwen in and she falls and gets a scuffed up face, I might be a little upset because I want to keep her in as good a condition. For those that don't know, Gia used to be Kirsten, and I removed her wig because my Kirsten doll came from my friend, and she had a very bad haircut. And so I removed Gia, who is now Gia's, I removed her wig and put it on my Kirsten so that my Kirsten had the proper length of hair, because that Kirsten is one of the earlier Kirstens, and Gia was an actual AG Kirsten, or a Mattel Kirsten. And then I bought Yvette's wig and put on her. So she's got the blue eyes. She's got Yvette's wig. I was thinking of taking her eyes out. I have a Blink 182. I have 3 American Girls that I turned into Blink 182. And I was thinking of taking out her eyes and putting them in Mark, but I just left his eyes as the blue-gray. He has really blue eyes, and so does Travis, and Tom has brown eyes. So I got a Julie doll for Tom, so I just left the eyes. And then I have Logan for Travis, since Logan had a drum set and he can hold the drumsticks. Travis has more piercing blue eyes than Mark does. So I took, Mark is Marie Grace, so I took Marie Grace's eyes out and I swapped them. So Mark has Logan's eyes, and Logan has, and Travis has Marie Grace's eyes, who were blue. So I was thinking about switching that out with hers, but I just never got around to it, and yeah. So they just stayed in her, or they've stayed in her for now. The other thing that I was thinking about if I would do that is because Yvette actually does have the blue-gray eyes. And I'm like, she's an older Mattel Kirsten, so she's got like that medium. The skin tones are different now. So Yvette has like now the medium skin tone, but the Kirsten I had was like the darker skin tone, if that makes sense. So putting them together, their skin tones aren't much off. And I'm like, if I switch the eyes, they're going to have the same eye color, and then everybody's just going to think she's Yvette anyways. So, but she's my traveling doll. I took her to NASA with us. She actually fell off some stuff. She does have scuffs on her face. I've taken her a lot of places where we've done different things with her, and if something happens to her, like I said, I'm not fretting over it, but like if I take a doll like this, I'm probably going to fret over it, or even some of our Truly Me's, where the Truly Me's, like in the dollhouse, they're fun to dress up and then pose them in the dollhouse some way. And so these ones are more, even though my daughter has some Truly Me's up here, those might start migrating over to the dollhouse as she gets more named dolls and needs to fill up the spaces over here. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you all later. Bye.